Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, do we have a show for y'all today?
Let's get it. Let's
Okay,
get it.
we just came off of a crazy game that just happened less than an hour ago, just finished. All right,
Mhm.
Colorado almost pulled it out. But anyway, before I get into that, let me introduce myself. I am Busybody. I'm here with my two special hosts, TP Way, the Giant.
Yes, sir. It's your guy who is never lying. Sometimes defiant. TP Way the Giant, y'all. Let's get into it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I got a
yeah,
lot for y'all. I got a
yeah,
lot for
yeah.
y'all.
And I'm here with my other special co-host, P Way.
No need for a slogan. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's
No
get
need.
So
into it. Let's get
Let's
it. It's
go.
a lot.
was
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you
Was that personal?
that a shot? Am I the bad guy because I've been trying to tell y'all? Or
Hey, no, you. I. It's early, so I'm not even gonna get into what I'm about to say.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
before we start getting into the nitty gritty, P, you got any stats for us?
Man, I got you. Let's break this down a little bit. We're just gonna stick with the quarterbacks, man. We got the quarterback Shador Sanders, 30 for 45, 371 yards and 4 TDs, and Caleb Heisman Williams. He went 30 for 40, 403 yards and 6 TDs. Um, Jerry Rice's son, Brendan Rice, went off for 5 receptions, 81 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Colorado had Omarion Miller step up with 7 receptions, 196 yards, and a TD. And shout out to Jimmy Horn with 2 TDs too.
Yeah, Jimmy Horn stepped up as
Yeah, he
well.
stepped up.
And that was a quiet two touchdowns as well.
It
Cause
was.
he
It
was
was.
quiet for most of the game.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So anything that stood out to you, TP, you look like you was about to say something. Go ahead.
yeah, let's dive straight into it. I mean, let's not hold back any punches. All right, I'm here to expose and put a highlight on y'all true feelings.
Well,
All
get
right,
the ball rolling. Get the ball
let's
rolling.
get it. Let me ask y'all this, because I am known to see different things, and I wanted to see if we were seeing the same thing on this. Uh, it's levels. It's levels to this thing, man. And I think that we have a clear Heisman winner at this point. Is it fair to say?
That's fair.
You also got Washington's quarterback out there who's doing impressive as well. So I wouldn't say it's a
Yeah,
shoe in
that's
at
good.
this moment.
That's
I
you
wouldn't
right.
say it's a
You right.
shoe in, but I
Hey,
would
top two.
definitely right. He's definitely the top two. Shador has definitely, kind of down pace because of the last game. Really took a little bit out.
Guys, Caleb Williams is him.
He
I'm
is. He's
sorry.
nice. He
Caleb
is.
Williams is him. And it's crazy as you was reading the stat line,
Hmm.
Shador had a solid game.
He
I
did.
mean, he was making some very beautiful throws. I was texting y'all, telling y'all, man, he's really the key to this. But it's just so crazy how even his solid game looked like, Minnie Mouse compared to Caleb Williams, 403 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Hmm.
That is bananas. That is bananas. And it looked effortlessly at some moments.
It
It
did.
looked like he left a lot out there, to be desired at times. Like he didn't put his foot all the way on the gas. So I think this was a just a great showing by two great quarterbacks. But Caleb Williams, man, he, like I said last episode, I mean, he put the nail in the Heisman coffin with the performance of today's game to me.
Hmm.
So can I just say one thing? All right, just a little pushback on that. And I'm not taking anything away from Caleb Williams. He is a great quarterback. the greatest quarterback in college right now today. But if Shador was on USC's roster, do you feel like he would be doing the same thing? I feel like Shador put up great numbers with a half as good roster as USC. And that shows a lot. Like, yeah, Caleb is the man, and I'm not taking that away
Hmm.
from him. But he
Okay.
has a great line. He got sacked what, once, maybe twice?
I think just
Okay.
one.
Let's argue. Let's argue. Uh, do y'all think that the Colorado Buffs are a line away from being that offense, or do you think they also need skill players as well, as of right now?
Their two biggest things that they need is a line and depth. They got skill players, but when somebody gets hurt, who else you got?
Well,
You
that's
got
not until Amarion did what he did today.
That's true. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true. But even then,
right,
even then, on the defensive side,
No,
yeah,
I'm just saying
Cormani
strictly
stepped up.
on offense right now.
right, right.
Okay.
Strictly on offense for the sake of the argument.
Nah, they need a line. They got position skill players.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think the skill players were were up to par? You think the skill players were there?
We
Colorado
agree to
just
that.
needs a more dominant line.
Definitely.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so with that being said, yeah,
I'm about to kill your argument. I see where you're going, and you're wrong.
I,
You're
at
missing the
this,
angle. Well, go ahead.
at listen. To be honest with you, you put Caleb Williams on the Buffs. Caleb Williams is keeping a few of those plays alive just by what he does. You know, making people miss and rolling outside of that pocket and just being a complete just athlete. So based off of that, evaluation, I still have Caleb Williams, as QB1 and then Shador QB2 if you
Yeah.
were to switch them.
Now, yeah, and I'm sorry, P. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm not trying to take over.
Hmm.
I just wanted to. I didn't want to make that argument of who was the better quarterback. I just wanted to let it be known that you know Caleb had a great game with a great line. Shador had a great game with a terrible line against a great team.
Right.
What I'm saying is Caleb would look better than Shador if he was on Colorado than
Okay,
than what
okay,
Shador would look
okay,
like. That's
okay,
that's what I
okay.
would think.
Caleb is the better quarterback. I'll give you that. Right
Right
today,
now. Right
Caleb
now.
today,
Mm.
Caleb is the better quarterback.
He just say it. I know
No,
it
because I'm
hurts.
not. I don't. I don't even want to. I don't even want to go back and forth with this. I feel like. I feel like if you look at Shador, like you both are saying, his offensive line is way less talent wise than USC or any other school. So I feel like it's not even a comparison. Like you look at what Shador's doing, he has no running game. You know what I mean? He has no offensive line. So when you put all those intangibles and he's still completing at a higher percentage, still throwing for the yards he's doing, still throwing for all the touchdowns he's throwing, it's crazy to me. I think if you switch him, I think Shador probably does better. Tell you the truth,
For sure, for sure. But
Look,
I
he's
think he
not better.
possibly does
But
better.
he's not better. He's not better.
Nah.
I will say that.
Mm.
Uh, I also want to bring up too. I love how they use the quick offense. Quick pop. Either to the flats or quick curl route. Boom, hit you 5-10 yards down. Not
Hmm.
even, maybe not even 10. Maybe like 5-7 yards. They don't even go past the line,
Right, right.
and that keeps his efficiency up. I understand that, and maybe they're doing that to bait them so that way they could go up top. But I feel like they're not going up top enough. I feel like
Mm.
I only see them throw about 3 deep balls a game. 3,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 4 deep balls.
Who we talking? Colorado?
Yeah,
Colorado.
Colorado.
Well, I think that also has a lot to do with who you have out there on the field. I don't think they had the receivers to play that type of game this week. You put Travis out there, that you have more of an argument, but
I
it just
think
didn't look like they may have had the receivers to kind of outmatch USC down the field.
no, I think Jimmy can definitely stretch the defense out. You got to use him on when he's on that slot. There's a couple of times when he goes straight, slashes down the hash marks. He's pretty much beating the
That's
secondary easily, and they're
that's
not doing that.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
then I love the reverse. I love using him in
But
that way.
but
You got to use his speed.
as much as you want to see that,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, if you don't have the offensive line, it's not going to happen.
Not enough time.
And that's
I
where
see that.
personnel is very important.
That's true.
You know, I keep saying it all the time. It's funny how much we can correlate the Giants with what's going on now. If you don't have an offensive line up front, you are not going to be able to make the throws down the field.
He's gonna find a way to put him in there.
Yeah, I
Hey
know.
man, I'm just saying, it's
If you
just
don't have a quarterback or a defense or an offense, you're
look. If
not gonna
Daniel
put them
Jones was
boys
on
up.
Colorado, they win the game. But
Oh,
anyway,
Lord
but
Jesus.
listen, I do want to say this, just for the comparison sake of Shador's game and Caleb's game.
Mm-hmm.
And even just not this is not even really to harp on Shador, because this seems to be a problem that is just a problem with most quarterbacks these days, even on a professional level. They have to learn how to let go of the ball. Shador's issue, if you had to really just analyze his game,
Mm-hmm.
is him holding on to the ball too long.
Mm-hmm.
There was a play that I can remember. I think it was in the fourth quarter, if not the fourth, late third.
Mm-hmm.
And Shador is 4th and 5, I believe. You're probably on the 50, and he takes the sack. And the announcer kind of harped on it a little bit. It's like in moments like that, you cannot hold on to the ball. You
Mm-hmm.
have to let it go. You have to either give your receiver a chance to make a play. You have to either throw a pick at that point, because then it's about, field position, or try to see if you can get a pass interference. And I think uh, that and what Caleb Williams does is kind of just what separates them. If you just watch Caleb Williams, he extends plays. He puts it out there for something to shake, for something to happen. He keeps plays alive. Um, and I just think that is kind of the big difference between the two of play that you kind of seen. But
Well,
it's just
and I agree with that. I think that's partially due to one, the schemes that they run. They're two different schemes from USC's offense to Colorado's. So these quarterbacks are seeing two different sight pictures. You know what I mean? And when Shador's holding the ball, a lot of times his receivers are not necessarily open. So he's actually holding it for a reason. And then, which we already brought up numerous times, the O line. It's a whole different situation between the two.
even if they're not open, when it's 4th and
Right,
5,
improvise. Right.
yeah, you got it.
But there are definitely times, right, where he has to just throw the ball out or, live to fight another down, especially on that fourth down that you were referring to. Yeah, you just got to give your receiver a shot, at least a chance, to make a play.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Even something as simple as just throwing it out of bounds. Maybe not
Mm-hmm.
on the 4th and 5 play, but just on a regular,
Yeah,
first
right,
down, second down. This
right.
this man loves taking the sacks, and honestly,
Yeah,
we've seen this at Jackson State.
we
He
did.
he had this same issue at Jackson State, so it's nothing new. Um, I'm anxious to see if he'll change his style up a little bit, or improve in that aspect, because
Mm-hmm.
honestly, seeing him do it at JSU and then coming to Colorado to see him do it, that's showing that that's a tendency of his that he just can't control at this point.
Right.
And
Eh,
that's not going to translate in the league. Go ahead, Jay.
and on the opposite, side of the coin when it comes to just Shador's performance, man. I mean, that dude, he is one of the most accurate quarterbacks that I've seen in college football, man. Like the
Mm-hmm.
dots that he throws, I mean, it's a thing of beauty. It's a
It
thing of beauty. I
is.
mean, if you think about all of Colorado's games thus far, you've had receivers who's had dominant performances, but the one underlying thing that you can take from each performance is Shador down them up. Shador giving a chance to these receivers to make these plays. And for someone who played that receiver position, that's a thing of beauty for you. That's a thing of beauty. That's something receivers are going to love and appreciate, and it just makes their job 10 times much more easier.
For
You
sure.
don't have to worry about, you know, the ball being behind you, over your head. He's putting it right where you damn near have to catch it. I
Right,
mean,
right.
he's putting dimes. So in that aspect, Shador is a straight general when it comes to that.
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah, yeah. Big ups to Shador. The offense moved in, late and started getting it clicking a little too late. But
Mm-hmm.
and that's another thing that I wanted to bring up. Number one, I have to humble myself and give TP Way his props. And it's really not nothing big. It's not
Hey
nothing
man,
big
hey man,
because
hey
I
man.
feel no, because I feel like I agreed with you on this previously, where it came to Colorado having slow starts, and even when it comes to the quarterback, Shador having a slow start.
Mm-hmm.
I agreed, and you really saw it today as well.
You
You
did.
know, they didn't score until they was down 21, right? Or was it 14-7? I'm not sure.
Nah,
21
no,
7.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was 21-7. Now
Mm-hmm.
this is where I feel like they needed to improve, because they dropped the ball when, remember when Omarion Miller, I think, was it Omarion Miller, the cornerback, that's his name, when he sacked Caleb, when he
Oh, yeah,
came,
yeah. Cooper, Cooper.
yeah, Cooper, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Cooper. He
Mm-hmm.
came around, sacked him. They went 3 and out that possession, right?
Yep.
Now what happened the next possession? It was 21-7. All they had to do was go down the field and score. It'll be 21-14. You got a
Going to the
game.
half. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. You gotta capitalize off of momentum shifts like this. And
Mm-hmm.
Right.
they didn't capitalize. They went straight 3 and out. I don't even think they got a first down.
Yeah.
And one of them was like a penalty on, so they was moving backwards.
Right, right.
These are things that they need to improve on.
Listen, eh, I don't know if this is going to be a fan favorite, but exactly on what you said, I'm putting that blame on Coach Sanders. I
Mm.
I was very, very just paying attention, analyzing Coach Sanders today, because I kind of had an opinion last week, and today I wanted to see if my opinion made sense or if it was consistent. His energy on the sidelines this week and last week
Mm-hmm.
was not the same energy that he had the games prior.
He
And
was getting smacked all game.
but this game shows why it doesn't matter, because you were getting smacked this game. And what happened? See, the thing is this, Peanut. You're a Panthers fan, so you may know a little bit about this because y'all had a Super Bowl performance when y'all were kind of getting smacked.
I disagree, but go ahead.
What do you look like when you're down and the momentum is nowhere near your side of the field? What are you going to do then? See, it's easy to do things when all the hype is on you, all the momentum is on your way, and you feel like you can compete and you are not the per se underdog. That's easy stuff. But when it's time, you getting smacked, and it doesn't necessarily seem like you're gonna pull out a W. When it kind of seems like the talent is overshadowed at some point of the game. What do you look like then? You got a bunch of dogs who fight for you. One thing you could say about this Colorado team is that they fight until the end. What energy are you giving them? Are you feeding them to continue to go hard? I didn't see it.
You're
not
going,
this week
nah,
or last.
Yeah. I was nah.
You're
Go ahead,
going
Tom.
off. You're going off of every time the camera goes on Coach Prime.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing. You're going off of but you don't know what he's really telling these kids.
I knew the first few weeks. I seen it the first few weeks.
He's doing the same thing this week.
He was not.
Two.
He's not even dressing the same. Look, y'all gonna think. Look, I understand. Y'all gonna think this is crazy until y'all go back and see a few things. As a coach, why do you ever tell anybody, even if it's true, why do you go out to the media and say, yeah, we just 8 players short to be where we want to be? You basically just giving up. You basically telling your team that they're not good enough in the middle of the season. Who does that? Secondly, watch Coach Prom's swag. I know this sounds crazy, right? Every week he comes out, he has Colorado gear that you have just never seen before. Straight fire. It looked like Colorado and Dior collab on some of the stuff he comes out with. The games that he knows he's not going to win, he comes out with Colorado gear that you could just get at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, my God.
Go watch. Go look. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. But just go look. Look at the first few games.
I got to research that.
Look at the first few games, and his swag is just on. It's fire. Look at this game and look at last game.
I got to research
it's that. It's a crew neck that you can just get out of Dick's Sporting Good that you like, oh, dang, I can just pick that up. That's 2. 3. Look, 3. I'm not done. Listen.
Okay.
Another one. How come we haven't heard not one speech since what was it, Colorado State? Where's the speeches at now? We heard a speech every week. Every week we have heard something from his speeches. Where's the speeches now?
I feel like I heard something.
What you hear?
I can't.
Exactly. My point exactly. We remembered, we knew exactly what Coach Prime was preaching in that locker room. Every single week. And I would understand if it was like, all right, it was 1 week. No. Every game prior to Oregon, we knew what he was saying in that locker room.
When you're winning and you're losing, that's 2 different temperaments for a coach.
No,
I've seen Nick Saban. I've seen Nick Saban have a different demeanor about him when they winning or when they losing. I've seen Bill Belichick have a different demeanor. Everybody. When your team is going against Nebraska and you're up 30-14, going to the fourth quarter, that's different. And when you're down 21. You want him to just be smiling, be happy?
No, we want to see fire from you. Talk life into your players like you were doing all the other games. You gotta continue to feed them. They could have won this game.
They've done that plenty of times. I've seen him pull numerous players over and talking to him. He actually mentioned it today that he was talking to Carmani the whole game. He's pulling him to the side.
The energy was not the same, man. The energy was not the same. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. My theory is I don't know if it's because he doesn't believe that he was going to win these two games, or I don't know if it's because Travis and Shiloh was playing. But all I know is this week and last week, Oregon and USC, his energy did not match to the games prior.
Okay. What? Well, you know what? You know that deserves a little more research
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
want y'all to
us
research and then
and the
get back with
viewers.
me.
I
Yeah,
really want to see
Yeah.
that entire
yeah,
situation to
Yes,
see
bro. Look,
what you
yeah.
talking
watch.
because
And look, it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna pick up on it and you're gonna be like, damn, he's right. Like, I don't know how he realized this, but yo, he's right. Watch. Just watch.
I'm gonna
Okay,
check that out.
that deserves a little more research. Uh, wait, Pete. Before I go into anything, you got anything you want to get into?
No, man, really for me was just the performances by the freshmen, man. The freshman for
Mm,
Colorado. That
who
was
stood out? Who stood out?
definitely Cormani, man. Cormani had a couple defensive plays and he
Great
was holding
game.
his own.
Taj has been waiting on this one.
Great game.
Yeah, and I was very, very impressed with that. And obviously, we all saw on the offensive side, Marion Miller was fantastic, man.
Right,
And it's
right.
funny because I was on Instagram maybe last week, and one of the shorts that came up and was talking about Marion Miller was saying how much of a beast he is, and Colorado has a secret weapon that hasn't been used yet, whatever. And then when he came out today, I was like, "Oh snap! That was the dude, from the clip." And
Right.
then he just started balling, and I was like, "Wow,
So
wow,
I don't want to skip past these two gentlemen because I want to take our time when we're talking about
definitely."
these two because I think we all realize specifically these two.
Hmm.
Cormani, I think he answered very well um, to basically what I believe is Coach Sanders calling him out. I
Hmm.
think Coach Sanders was really trying to put the ball in Cormani's
Yeah.
in
Put
hands,
fire
put
under his
fire
nose.
under. Yes,
Right.
there we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And from what I seen from him was someone who tapped into what got him here. If you
Hmm.
watch Cormani during the 7-on-7s and the high school games and who he is as a player,
Yeah.
he has a certain attitude,
An edge.
an edge, that he has towards the game. He was smiling out there, like having fun with it. And that's when you know he is in his zone. And
That
I think
interception was an interception too. That was
It
not a pass
was. Where
interference.
was the pass
Yeah, that
interference?
was not a pass interference.
That was
That
terrible.
was a
That
pick.
was terrible.
He should have had a pick on his record.
That was
I agree.
terrible. Yeah.
I agree. But if you even looked at Cormani's response to that
Hmm.
interception, it was just all about him feeling at home, feeling comfortable out there on that field.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
You could
Right.
just see it on his face, like, all right, y'all, I arrived. You know what I mean? I'm here. And that's why I text y'all in the middle of the game, like, yo, I feel like
Hmm.
Cormani is about to make a big play,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
And
We had that pass
oh,
breakup on go ahead, Touch. Yeah, on
nah,
Rice.
nah. Yeah.
On Rice.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
notice they say, all right, go to the other side next time.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what USC did.
So,
They stayed
And
away from the kid.
and if you want to be real,
Hmm.
he kind of earned his way on the field next week. And I'm talking
yeah.
about
Mm.
he might have Cooper. He might have Cooper because
Mm.
Cooper got beat
Yeah.
on the next play as soon as he
Next play.
right
Same
after
route.
same route on
Same
the
receiver.
inside, same slant,
Yeah.
same receiver, and Omarion was nowhere to be found. I
Nah.
was like, he got juked out of his
He's
shoes.
right. He's wide open.
So Kamani's gonna just have to take this game and not think this is it. not think this is enough. He's going to have to continue to progress from here. He's going to have to answer to Coach Prime. Watch your film. Get your
Humble
assignments
himself.
down pat.
Right,
You
right.
know, at the
Humble
end of the
himself.
day, right, that's your coach. If he's asking to see something from you, you have to deliver on your end. So you played great. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's keep progressing. Because what we want to see is you starting next to Travis.
Definitely.
That's the goal.
Now's
But it
the
was great to see
perfect
that
time.
edge out of him.
Now's the
It was
perfect time.
great to see that edge and that fire and that desire out of the
Yeah,
kid. Like it was really good to see. And that's what he has to tap into on a regular basis in life and
yeah,
just showing up to the practices, doing his stuff in school. And we just hope the kid, like he really, really understands that, which is obviously the case. We can read between the lines and see, what's going on kind of behind the scenes outside of football
Right.
and with football. So he just has to really, take that stuff serious and really hone in, be on time. And it looks like it was just starting the right step, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Now's the perfect time to come and grab your spot because even on the videos, you would see him getting beat a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times. But my biggest thing, I actually commented on one of Well videos where I was like, where is the energy? Like I'll see Cormani out there and they could be doing one-on-ones and a wide receiver will catch a ball on him and the
Mm-hmm.
coaches is always screaming, finish, finish, because Cormani doesn't go for the tackle after the wide receiver gets caught. It's like
Mm.
it's like the wide receiver catches the ball, Cormani just kind of trots off, like, all right, the play's over. And the coaches is like, finish, finish, Cormani.
mm,
Go make the tackle.
Right,
Make the
right.
tackle. So I always noticed that the energy was missing through practice, through just the video alone when they chilling with the kids or whatever. I don't really see him interacting too much.
Yeah, yeah.
So the fact that, like you said, we saw him on the field, we saw him in his element.
Mm-hmm.
He really felt like he really looked like he was at home and comfortable.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Finally getting to see that field. He talking shit to every
Mm-hmm.
wide receiver.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
Brendan
yeah,
Rice, I was
yeah.
like,
And I
not
remember seeing
playing?
that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in his high school,
Mm-hmm.
highlights
Right.
where they
That's his
had him
game.
mic'd up. He talks, he
Yeah.
talks. But when you don't see him talk on well-off videos during practice, you automatically know, all right, something's up.
And
Yeah.
I think that's what Dion, is trying to get out of him. Is to understand you got to approach practice just as hard as the game, harder,
Great point. Great point.
just as hard
Great
as the
point.
game. You got to really be trying to hone your skills. This is where we build our skills, and you're trying to get him to see, turn him into the superstar he wants to be. I
For
Yeah.
sure.
understand you were the guy, but you ain't gonna always just be the guy off of just talent. You got to work.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? In
Yeah.
order to get to that next step, you got to keep going.
Levels.
Mm-hmm.
Levels.
It-
Uh
It's it,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's easy. It's easy for Coach Prime to say, look, this is what the people want. So I'm gonna just throw him out there regardless. For
Right.
Coach Prime to say, no, look, you have to reach a certain standard. I don't care about all the hype that you've got coming here. If you're not reaching that standard, you're not in the mix. So
You
that
respect it.
relationship there is hopefully it just from here on out, hopefully it starts to blend together and we see more.
But I really love that pass breakup, man. Oh my gosh. That was just
It was huge.
perfect
It
defense.
was huge.
It was just perfect defense and it looked so complete. It looked complete. And I was like, there we go. I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
enjoyed that.
yeah. If
Yeah.
Cooper held his own on the next play,
He
it would have
did.
been a whole
Yeah,
different
right,
ball
right.
game. It would have been a
Right.
whole different ball game. I do want to say this. I feel like we were missing Shador for sure. I mean, not Shador, Shiloh. We was missing Shiloh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We,
Oh
we,
yeah. I mean, you gotta people may forget, people may not always remember that that's the leading tackle of that defense.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He may not be loud, when it comes to the highlight tape, but very much needed. And I was watching some plays where they were throwing screens, and you could just envision Shallow coming from somewhere,
Right.
from
Right.
somewhere, just full speed and
Yeah.
causing some type of disruption. Whether he
Right.
was missing a tackle or something, he was slowing the receiver down just by attacking the ball the way he did.
Right.
So yeah, he definitely was missed.
You know, you brought me to a good point, TP Way, is that they don't have anybody outside of Shiloh who lays the
Who's
pads,
going headhunt? Yeah.
who's aggressive, who's like that dog out there. I know they got D's and L's, but ain't too many dogs. Even with Shane Cooks, I ain't see him really put one on a dude, to where they gotta lay on the floor on the ground for a couple seconds to get their thoughts together. Like only Shiloh's the one who really made somebody second guess coming his way.
Right. Right.
So and that leads me to Trevor Woods. I feel like Trevor Woods, yeah, he has 2 picks. Oh, Silman Craig stepping up.
Yeah, he is
He's stepping up.
repeatedly.
When it comes to Trevor Woods, I feel like he's a decent linebacker. He's slow as hell.
Yeah, he is.
He's slow as hell, man.
He is.
I forgot who scored. I think it was either number
But
16 or number 12 on USC, and straight outran him coming
but
from further.
that's where I see this future Colorado team getting better in these little positions that are going to improve.
Right.
I don't know what year Trevor Woods in, and I'm glad he came back to Colorado. He stuck it out, but yeah, it's a wrap. What I'm seeing out there from him, yeah, he's slow, hard worker. He definitely plays
Yeah,
with
he
great
plays
energy.
his
You know,
heart
the
out.
stuff that you need.
Yeah, he got heart. He got
He
heart.
got heart, right?
Yeah.
But we're talking about taking it to the next level. Those are the positions I see changing. The next year when this transfer portal. Imagine it's going to get. Just imagine Travis Hunter out there, Carmani in the slot, and then another senior cornerback who transfers from whoever. And we're talking about another safety comes on side of Shiloh, middle linebackers, D ends, D tack. It's going to get.
This isn't Shiloh's last year.
Shiloh, because he sat out the COVID year, I think he can come back actually one more year.
Wow.
He has one more year of eligibility. Yep. One
Which
more.
I think if he wants to take it to the next level, I think this would be good for him. I think one more year would be good for him.
Definitely at his position, because he's currently not on any draft boards or anything. So I think, yeah, he definitely would need to come back. But yeah, just as far as, like I said, the Trevor Woods and stuff like that with this team, yeah, definitely they're going to improve in that.
So quick question. I don't know if it was just me. But were y'all aware of his status prior to the game?
Yeah. So I heard he had some bleeding going
video.
on.
Yeah, it was on
kidneys.
the Well Off Philly video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because the first time I even heard of, I thought he was good to go. And I didn't hear about it until maybe a few minutes before the game. So I was like, oh wow, we're not gonna get any Shiloh. But I mean, is it we still on rookie time? Are we gonna talk about the man of the hour?
Yeah. We have to, before we move forward,
talk about
anything else. We got to talk about the kid, man. And I tell you, the camera guy did a great job this game. There was one shot they had of him in his receiver stance alone out there with the USC corner, and they basically kept the camera on him pre-play. And Amarian Miller looked like a dog, yo.
Oh wait, that's what you was talking about?
You look like a dog. I'm talking about Amarian Miller. I hope that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, you got to be talking about Amarian Miller.
Okay. Who you talking about, TP?
Yeah, Marion.
Mario.
Oh, Mario.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. We on the
okay.
same. Yeah.
I was the only one on the wrong page. I'm thinking you
Yeah.
talking about Dion. All right, go ahead. Yeah. Get into it. Get into it.
Nah.
So
Look, go ahead, P. My fault.
it was one of those, like I usually see it in basketball when people enter the zone, right? And they make a shot, then they make another shot. And next thing you know, you in this state of like euphoria. And the basket looks like the ocean. You just can't miss, right? I feel like Omarion entered the zone today. He caught a couple passes and perfectly led to his outside shoulder, broke a couple long balls, had a deep ball one hander. Like Omarion was on another level today.
For
Hey,
sure.
listen,
Another
the,
level.
the funny thing is though, Omarion reminds you of that dude from the block who's quiet,
Right.
don't say much to anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a dog and you know he's special. And he may even get, you know, teased a little bit because he's a little socially a little awkward a little bit because you know he's not really as outspoken as his peers.
Mm-hmm.
But you know when he's on that field or when he's playing pickup ball with his friends or whatever it is, you'll be like, yo, Marion special. Like Marion is different.
Right.
That's what I got from Omarion.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you said, Pete, as much as the camera kept going back to him, he didn't get too high. And it was just like, okay, next play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all may be new to this, but I've been doing this all my life.
Right.
And I'm trying to
And it was the
continue. I'm trying to
confidence.
continue to eat.
The confidence and even like the 2-point conversion, that catch that he almost was inbounds was
Yeah. That was
ridiculous.
impressive. That was impressive.
And
Yep.
then even the other touchdown when he was dragging and he had to keep going, you told as a receiver, he helped Sanders out by keep moving.
Right.
And he kept moving. And that was a beautiful pass. Don't get me
Right.
wrong. You
Beautiful
throw
pass. But great catch though. Great catch.
Right.
Yeah.
Great catch. And it's just like, because Weaver had a catch kind of, he should have caught. That was right in the hands.
That was a
yeah.
great breakup too.
It
Though.
was
You
a
can't
great.
lie.
It
That was a
was.
great breakup.
I'm not. You got to catch
He was
the
in
ball.
between. He was in
If he
between.
caught
You got to
Tuck,
catch
you
that
gotta-
ball. That was third and
He
10.
was in between.
That
He
was
in
third and
between his
10. That was
arms.
you got to make that catch.
Yeah,
Man.
he should've
Yeah,
touched
shot.
that.
I mean, like that's one of those things where I'm saying, yo, like Shador,
Mhm.
he's making it as easy for you as possible. At some point, as a receiver, you got to help him now. You got to tuck the ball and make that catch.
Right.
It was a good play on the ball. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but come on, you got to make that. You got to make that play. You have to make that catch. It was third and 10. That was big.
It
You got to
was.
make it.
Real quick. Omarion Miller, his game reminded me of, and this is just a quick story. I'm gonna make it real quick. But my cousin used to play for Syracuse University, and 2014, I want to say, they played Florida State, and this is when Jameis Winston was there. And he was Florida State. I think they was number 1 and number 2 in the country at the time. So it was a huge game. It was in the Carrier Dome, and Syracuse couldn't put any points on the board at all. It was so hard for them to get in the end zone. So finally, late in the game, this one wide receiver, freshman, who came from out of nowhere, his name was Steve Ishmael. Steve Ishmael was the only one to score a touchdown versus Florida State. But when he scored that it was a tough touchdown too. It was like a deep ball, jump ball, snag, give me that in the corner, 2 feet down. It was a tough catch. I'm saying all that to say Steve Ishmael made his name and his mark that game. And this was like the 6th game in the season. This wasn't no first game of the season. Nah, this was like the 6th game of the season. Nobody knew of him. He came out, he balled out. Pretty much he was their best wide receiver from then until he graduated. That's the type of game that Omarion Miller, and that was just one catch, one touchdown, but it was versus Florida State. the
Right.
defending national champs.
Right.
What Omarion Miller did today is exactly what that reminds me of. He balled out against the Heisman, the recent Heisman Trophy winners team. And these dudes, what are they? Ranked number 6 right now?
They're ranked 8, I believe. I
Yeah,
think they're 8.
either 8, 6, whatever it is. They're going to be top 5.
Yeah, they're ranked 8
next week. They're going to be top 5 next week for sure.
Yeah, they are.
But for him to show out against a team like that on a platform like this, that was huge for him, and I hope he capitalizes and becomes one of the better wide receivers.
Hey, side note, what is Colorado ranked?
That's wild.
They was knocked out at 25. They may have been 27, 28.
Grand opening, grand closing.
They might be like
them out of there. That overhyped this. That overhyped shit.
They like 37. Wait.
They never should have been ranked.
Wait. No. You can't.
They never
should
should have been ranked.
Can you say Alabama never should have been ranked and they lost to Texas? They losing to ranked opponents.
That's different.
They lost to Oregon,
15
and
opponents.
USC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oregon and USC.
All right, well then who you beat?
They can mess around and then get ranked by the end of the season.
All right, so who you beat though?
And climb back in the rankings.
If that's the case, I mean, there's the other side of the argument. Okay, you lost to them, but who you beat?
They beat Nebraska. They beat Colorado State. And what was the first game? They beat what's the first game?
TCU.
Can you remember? TCU. Yeah, they beat TCU. TCU will be ranked in the next upcoming weeks. By week, I get about 3 more weeks. TCU is going to be ranked.
Yeah, right. I agree. TCU is balling right now.
Yeah, so they lose against ranked teams, and they're gonna mess around and be ranked about 24, 23 by the end of the year.
Let's look at their schedule right now. Right. Let's see who they got next.
Yeah,
I know they got Arizona State next. Which that's winnable. You got Stanford, that's winnable. UCLA, winnable. You got number 19 Oregon State at the
that's
time.
Winnable.
That's winnable. Arizona, winnable. 16 Washington State and 10 Utah. Those last 2 games is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Every game is going to be tough because I also want to put into account that I feel like we're not saying as often. These guys have only been together, and I mean all of them, for 3 months.
Right.
Give or take a month. Cormani came, he missed the spring. All right, Cormani missed the whole offseason. We had a lot of guys that missed the whole offseason. So the fact that they're this good, that we have these bigger expectations for them, that gotta say something. That gotta prove something. I see TP Way smiling because he know, he's extra hard.
It's just from where I sit, it's just hilarious, bro. Because I just remember the energy was so different in the beginning of the year. Yo, national championship. Now, guys, we should just be happy.
That's true.
It's just like, man. Hey, man, look, that's what I've been saying all year. I've been saying, look, I just do not believe the same way everybody else believes. I just don't believe this year is the answer. I was a hater when I said that.
I do remember you saying that 8 wins is a successful season for them. You said definitely. That. P-Way, I think you said 6 wins, right?
I did. I said 6 wins. And I'm now feeling 7-ish. I'm now feeling 7 wins.
As a successful season.
Oh, as a successful season, I said 5.
5 wins.
Right.
5 wins.
That ain't successful for me.
You still at 8 for successful?
Yeah. Give me 8.
And that's taking into accountability that they've only been together for 3 months and it's a brand new team and all that.
And they were 111 last year.
Yeah, you still taking that
Still
into
taking that.
account.
Yes, because you were braggadocious about your recruiting. You were the one.
It's a marathon, not a race.
Okay,
It ain't.
So
1 and 11, 1 and 11 to 5 and whatever.
Yo,
That's
you know the
improvement.
thing is though. All right, so the 1 and 11 thing is whatever. Like to me, that's such a small piece of the pie. I can only go about what you giving me now, and also you saying that you're only 8 pieces away. If you feel that way, if that's what you're saying, if that's what you're promoting, 8 wins backs that. 8 wins.
Not in this Pac-12 I'm looking at. That got three teams in the top 10 in the Pac-12. Got 2 Heisman finalists, quarterbacks in the Pac-12. Come on, man. Don't give me that.
3
Hey,
if
man,
you count
don't give me
Shador.
that.
3
if you count Shador, so we talking 3.
So then you got work to do then.
Nah.
You got work to do.
They were 1 and 11 last year.
One thing I'm not with. I'm not with the hype. Like if you're gonna bring the attention on you, back it up. And I think that's why I rock with Coach Prime. Is because he's been backing it up. But if you're not backing it up, there's also another side of the coin where it's like, all right, at this point, just shut up. Because you're not producing.
So
you're talking more than you're doing.
From 1 and 11.
I don't feel like that right now. I don't feel like that, but it can get like that.
So from 1 and 11 last year to 6 and 6, that's not backing it up?
No.
Oh, that's crazy.
No. Am I mistaken, or are they supposed to be one of the best teams up and coming? Are they supposed to be like the team?
What's the last word? What's the last 2 words you said? Or 3 words? Up and coming?
Up and coming.
Right.
So that means that's a process.
No, whoa.
That's a process.
Yeah, I've been saying no, hold on. I've been saying up and coming since the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of y'all was ready to throw in the national championship trophy in.
3-0 would do that to any team.
Right.
3-0 would do that to any team.
Right? But I'm just saying, I just think that you've asked for not asked for so much. You brought so much attention to what you got going on that you have to back it up in some way, shape, or form. And 5-6 wins doesn't equate to the attention that he's brought to his program.
How?
You give me 7. You give
me
7.
Man, how you measuring that? How you measuring
Bro, you took over NCAA football.
Yes, because he brought a 1-11 team who's going to be 6 and 6.
That doesn't. And
then next year,
to me, that doesn't equate to taking over. If you're going to take over NCAA football,
that's taking over.
Give me a 7 or 8 win season, and now I feel like, okay, you have an argument. But you can't make all the noise and cause all the ruckus that you've caused just to come and just win 6 games. That's not it. Bro, quiet down.
Everything's perspective.
Until it's your time.
Everything's perspective. That's like looking at a dude, I don't know, weightlifting or something, and he gets 1 rep on 315, but you're not seeing the journey that he just went through. You're not seeing that he was just doing 225 80 times. You missed it. You're only looking at the 1 rep, whatever. So you're not seeing that they were just 1 and 11. And he came and has from all this attention. Man. Why you don't care about the 1 and 11? That's why I want to know. Why you don't care about the 1 and 11?
11.
Do you feel like Coach Prime is the best coach in the world?
No.
Exactly. So why are you holding him to such standards? Why are you no other coach come through and change a 1 and 11 team to, let's say, 6 and 6.
That's a
Ain't
great
no
question.
coach is doing that. So why are you acting like he the only coach that got to do it?
Let me ask you this. Did he not say he was the best coach in the world?
What?
Did he not say he was the best coach in the world?
Did I not ever say that I was the best dunker in the world or the best basketball player in the world?
You said that,
Absolutely.
but that's my point. at some point in times, you got to know when to shut up, because then you just talking, right? And then you just talking. Like at some point, you got to realize, like, yo, with talking comes responsibility. Like with attention comes responsibility. With clicks comes with responsibility. You just don't get all of that notoriety just because. Nah, you got to back it up. You got to show and prove. You with the big dogs now. It's no more. We're not soft. We're not soft in the blows now. You in the big leagues. Now it's time. You brought all this attention to you. Okay, well now it's time to strap up. It's time to show up. Like Drumline. When Nick Cannon was doing all the talking and he was saying he was him. What if he would have got to that performance and he would have dropped his drumstick at halftime? Make your ass off the field. No, Nick Cannon hit him with the. It had the crowd going crazy. Then everybody was like, "Oh, yo, he's official."
Even him though,
he had Dr.
it was
Lee
a process.
He had Dr. Lee going, "Hey,
It was
Sean,
a process.
Sean, his shit."
Even for him, it was a process. He had to become a P1.
You got to show and prove behind your talking. Behind your talking, you have to show and prove. That's all I'm saying. 6 games to me, you did a whole bunch of fireworks for no reason. That's how I look at it. You give me 7 or 8 wins. All right. I get you. I get you. And that's because we're not looking at Coach Sanders to be good. We're looking at him to be great. We're looking at him to be what he said, one of the greatest coaches to play in the NCAA. That's the standard that we put him at, but that he puts himself at. And again, this is another time where the community, the world is standing behind Prime. Now let's show and prove. Let's go. We want you to get there, but let's go. We don't want you to talk about it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I'm not saying right now at this point in time that he's failing. I don't think that. I don't think that. But let's finish. Let's finish the season off right.
All right. P-Way, what you got to say, P?
I say Buffs, man. The Buffs, the fight that they showed today, they're on a trajectory of greatness. And I'm going to stand behind that. For me, a win this season is going to be over 5 wins, but I can see 6, 7, possibly 8 wins definitely this year for them. And, they have to get into the winning column next week. And I just love the fight, and I think they're on the right path, and they will do that. And that's it.
I said last week what I wanted to see from this game was I wanted to see Colorado compete. I wanted to see Colorado say, we're not too far along from these big schools. And they did that today. They did that. I feel like they compete. I feel like they fought. And so I think that their effort, deserves to be applauded. They definitely lived up to the hype today.
I agree. My final words in synopsis is they definitely need to improve on their defense still. It's a lot of holes in their defense from the line to the secondary. They can improve a lot, especially with depth, but definitely that line in the trenches. Same thing on the offensive side, the trenches, and a lot of their running backs are small, and when I say small, I mean short. So
True.
Picking up that blitz sometimes could be difficult for them. So they got to improve on a lot of things that we saw early in the season, damn near in the off season, which was like concerns of ours that we have for them. But all in all, like TP Way said, I'm happy for their fight, for the dog in them for not giving up. They made it a game. We didn't get too much into the offensive coordinator messing up that last drive and taking so long with the play calling and running the ball 3-4 times for no reason, letting the play clock go down 10 seconds every
wild.
play. Yeah, that
That's
was
wild.
terrible. But yeah, other than that, looking ahead to next week, I want to say Arizona is 1-4 right now. They're having a hard time getting the ball rolling, so I hope Colorado, takes advantage of this time and the momentum. Even though Colorado also lost their last two, they should see this as an opportunity to get the ball back on track. All right.
Damn
And
right.
come up with a win for sure. So I got Colorado winning. I want to say 30, no, 27 to 21. 28 to 21. 28 to 21. Colorado over Arizona State.
I'll go 37-21 Colorado over ASU.
I go 42-35. Also, Travis comes back. I'm just throwing that in the air.
Wait. Well, who's winning?
Oh, well, Colorado. My fault. I thought, yeah.
Okay.
We all in the
Colorado.
greens there. I'm picking Colorado to win because I feel like they're at the point where they're desperate for a win, I think they're going to play like it.
Gotcha.
Now's the best time to get a win. You don't want to get on a 3-game losing streak at all.
Look, before we head out, I do want to say this. Two things. One, go look at what I said. All right, go look at Coach Prime swag. All right, and tell me if I'm tripping or not. That's one. But for two, my algorithm, man, I don't know if it's happening to y'all, but my algorithm, man, I'm getting on social media, and Coach Prime apparently had a show back in the day, like a family show or something like that. And it shows Shiloh and Shador when they was like 11, 12 or something like that. And I absolutely love watching those clips. Like, I really want to go back and just start watching the show, period.
Right.
I don't know where I was, but I missed it. But it's just dope to see, man, like the little Shiloh, the little Shador, they haven't changed. Like,
right.
They've grown to the men that they are, but they've always been the way that they are. And it's just a dope thing to see, man. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go look that up. I wish I had the show's name, but y'all will find it.
Deion's Playbook.
There we go. We go. Deion's Playbook.
Yeah.
All right. So shout out to Deion and Colorado Buffs, the whole staff. We hope you guys tune in next time when we come out. Please subscribe. Hit that bell, for the notifications to let y'all know exactly when we drop, because we will be dropping very soon. And just keep tuning in. And from us here at Ballin' on Another Level, TP Way, P Way, we want to say peace and love.
Peace.
Sir, peace.